What's up, you guys? Calvin here, and welcome back to my channel where today I am on my webcam. I have not filmed a video on my webcam in a really long time. I straight up don't feel like getting my camera out to film this video. I straight up just feel like going back to the basics, sitting on my computer with my mic and reacting to this video that somebody sent me on Twitter. Now, this is a very quick preface that I feel as though I need to make before this specific video is made. Number one, I don't even know if this will be uploaded because I'm very hesitant to do this right now. But also, I would like to say, please, if you watch this video, please do not go give Lainey hate, okay? A couple months ago, when word first started surfacing that I was thinking about making a video on Lainey, she actually DM'd me and basically said, look, you're allowed to make a video on me, whatever, but I don't want you to, she was actually very, very nice to me. I don't want Lainey to watch this and feel as though I'm trying to attack her or say something about her, when really the point of this video isn't to go and attack Lainey, but it's more so to debunk things that people with a big platform spread that just are absolutely not true, or at least things that I truly in my heart do not agree with. Now, if you've never seen my videos before, my name is Calvin. I'm 18 and I'm transgender. I was born a girl and I transitioned to male. People always ask why I say that. I preface that in these videos because I have an authority to talk on this topic. This is something that affects my life. This is something that affects me day to day as somebody who has fully transitioned and as somebody who has literally been through the whole process of transitioning. And I hold very strong anti-SJW viewpoints. So if you are easily offended by trans medical ideas, trans true scum ideas, don't watch this video. Honestly, I told myself for so long, like, don't make a video on Lainey. Like, you're gonna piss off Onision, you're gonna piss off Lainey. First of all, fuck Greg. I don't like Onision at all. And you know what the thing is? I actually used to really enjoy his videos until he started making trash content, making videos about people that just he shouldn't have made videos on, and just all the drama that went down. Fuck Onision. And the thing is, I do think that Greg could redeem himself if he put more effort in his content and actually started showing his, like, person other than just like making these like same reaction videos that aren't doing well. But I'm not even gonna get into that. I just wanted to make this video because I got sent this video on Twitter. I don't know if this is a video on Lainey's channel or if it's like something somebody saved from like Patreon or something. I don't know. It's something they sent me a link and I was able to access it, so I'm gonna assume this is public domain. I started watching it and I was like, yeah, no. So I'm gonna put in my earbuds here. This video is by LaineyBot. It's called Am I a Trans Trender? And I guess we're gonna find out if Lainey is a trans trender. Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back. I have a very fun video in store for you today. And I don't know why I'm making this video. This is not my best idea.
First of all, how long is this? 8? Okay, only 8 minutes. I was like, I do not want to have to watch this for more than like 5.
I'm gonna find out if I'm a trans trender and how to spot a trans trender. Just to clarify, I think that the whole trans trender thing is really stupid and harmful to the community and harmful.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, first of all, Lainey. Listen, Lainey. I know that you are a nice person and that you're trying to spread positivity and that, like, nobody should be invalidated, but you don't seem to understand that, like, people who are calling themselves crazy things and claiming to be transgender when they are very obviously not is harmful, but not to the people that you think it's harmful for. It's harmful to people like me and people who actually transition, who actually are uncomfortable with their birth gender and have to transition rather than just do it for fun or do it because they just want to like cut their hair and then say that there's some special identity when really there's like thousands upon millions of us out there that like actually had to do this, and those are the people that trans trenders are harmful to. Also, I hate the argument that transgenders aren't real. They absolutely are, and it's literally just fucking dumb to say that transgenders aren't a thing. You just sound fucking dumb to say that.
To people who are figuring themselves out, and it's harmful for people who want to express themselves in a certain way. So I don't really think being a trans trender is a thing.
No, that's actually false. I'm not trying to sit here hate on Lainey, but what I'm saying is that like you have millions of people watching you, whether you have millions of subscribers or not. Like, millions of people know who Onision is, and millions of people know who Onision's partner is. You know what I mean? So that means that like people are going to see this and people are gonna be like, oh, trans trender, not a thing. Everybody's trans. Sounds good with me. Like, no, that's just fucking stupid.
I think we all have different ways of expressing ourselves, and I think that there's no one way to be transgender.
There is not just one way to be transgender, but there is one requirement to be transgender, which is having dysphoria, because if you don't have that, again, I say this every video, like, I don't understand how many times I have to repeat myself. Like, nobody can argue with me. Someone come fucking debate me. Like, there is literally no way to argue with the fact that you need dysphoria in some way to be transgender. That is the one requirement. Also, on top of that, being is a real thing. That's, you just, how dumb. There are literally people out there that have said I was trans for attention, and they went, like, that is a real thing. So I don't understand how people can say it's not. Like, you're just, what?
But I get called a transgender a lot because I'm not really sure. I don't pay much attention to that stuff. Like,
Okay, you get called a transgender, and this is not me saying I think Lane is transgender. It's not me saying this, that, and the other. But you get called a transgender because you have a binder that has flowers on it. I understand that, like, you know, it's cool or cute or whatever, but, like, that in and of itself is just why. And then number two, because you've kind of made it public, or at least appear as though publicly, the only way that you have transitioned is cutting your hair. And I'm pretty sure, I think there's more, but I can't for sure tell you those things, but there's definitely other things that in my head I remember saying that would make people believe that you were not transgender and that you were doing it because you're confused. I'm not gonna, like, get into it because I don't remember. I don't really pay attention enough to know, but that's why people say that.
Go and, like, why am I a transgender? What is this person saying? Let me hurt myself. We're just kind of gonna look around and see what's up, see what's the tea, sis. So this first thing I found is called Transgender Bingo. So we're just gonna go through this, see if we get a bingo here.
Let's see if I get a bingo.
/purple/green hair. My hair's brown right now. It has been blue.
Okay, dyeing your hair is not an indicator as to whether someone is transgender or not. There's plenty of people out there that like to dye their hair crazy colors who are transgender. But what this bingo thing is saying is that there's a lot of transgenders out there who dress a specific way, and they dress like a female, or they dye their hair pink to be feminine, and, like, all I'm saying is that most transgenders are assigned female at birth. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, that was kind of irrelevant, but I felt the need to point it out.
It has been pink, it has been purple, it has never been green. I'm acceptable now, apparently. Sexual preferences are transphobic. Listen, you can have sexual preferences, I understand that, but saying that you wouldn't date a transgender person simply because of the fact that they're transgender, not knowing anything about them or their bodies, is transphobic. I don't know.
Okay, that's a fair point. I do agree that if you straight up wouldn't date somebody because they're trans and you don't want people to think you're dating a trans person, I understand that that is transphobic. But what's not transphobic is saying to a trans man, I'm sorry, I'm really only attracted to cisgender male, like, penises, and the sex is really important to me in a relationship. That's the nice way, or that's the, better way to say that. But yeah,
I should check that, but I don't think sexual preferences are transphobic. I think that being
Thank
transphobic
you.
is transphobic. I'll get an underworks binder to be hardcore. First of all, I have a shapeshifters binder with roses on it. I don't think I'm helping my case.
At least she recognizes that, like, that it's like, why would you get a binder with, like, flowers on it? Like, it's supposed to be, like, fun. But I guess people have different ways of coping with things, I guess.
Know how having a binder makes you hardcore. Like, yeah, binders are hardcore, but, like, I don't understand why anybody would wear a binder unless they really felt like they needed to, because they're not fun. They don't feel great. Like, physically, they hurt. I smell a true scum. I don't even know what.
That is true. Like, about the binder thing, like, that's a fair point. Like, why would anyone wear one if you didn't need to? Anyways.
That's supposed to mean major in gender studies. I have a major in psych, so
close enough. Bro, you know what? I like Lainey. Like, I'm not gonna straight up. I think she's funny. Like, I really do. And, like, I'm not trying to hate on her in this video, but what I'm saying is that, like, you're spreading that there's no such thing as a transgender when, like, there is. And, like, this bingo card, as much as it's kind of a funny, like, thing, it's actually very true. Like, I'm just saying.
I'm safe. Trigger warning for non-binary erasure. I mean, that's a thing, but This is confusing.
Okay. Non-binary erasure is straight up like someone being like, there's no way that non-binary is real, this, that, the other. The thing for me is that I'm never gonna say non-binary 100% isn't real because I don't know. Like, I'm not some psychology brain expert, you know what I mean? But I do think that I do acknowledge that there's people out there who definitely, to me, and from the way that they talk to me and present, like, you know, spoke about their dysphoria, that definitely don't really match either gender. And it's very interesting, like, the psychology behind being transgender, and I really, really encourage you all to go and look at that kind of stuff, because a lot of people don't, and a lot of people just think that it's some sort of choice or that it's some sort of, you know, development during your childhood. But no, it's actually something that you're born with, like it being transgender, and that the existence of transgender also proves that gender is not a social construct and that sex is not a social construct, but I'm not even going to get into that in this video. Me sitting here saying that autism gender, chaos gender, people who identify as that are transgenders is not non-binary erasure. That's just me saying you sound fucking stupid. That's crazy, because it's crazy. You cannot sit here and tell me that these crazy things people come up with, even gender fluid to me, like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but I want you out there, like, if you are someone that identifies as gender fluid, first of all, I will use your name, pronouns, whatever, but you have to understand that, like, your brain can't just switch from gender to gender. Like, your brain is routed as, your brain has gender, like, that's actually a thing. That has been debunked by science, that there are male and female brains. You can't look at a brain and know if it's male or female, but by doing tests and looking at different sizes of different parts of the brain, there's a distinct difference. And your brain just can't switch back and forth. So I just want to say, in, you know, terms of that, like, I'm not trying to erase anybody, but I'm trying to tell you that you need to reevaluate the way you're feeling and try to understand that, like, that scientifically and medically does not make any sense. Like, if you want to validate the existence of trans people and, like, prove that, because the thing is, there's so many people that say being trans isn't real, that gender dysphoria is made up, but it's not. Like, you're born that way, it's in your brain, it's rooted in there, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trans, I would fucking know, okay? It's not made up. But the thing is that a lot of people, by saying that, oh, gender fluid is real, you can switch like, no, like, that debunks the, you know, a lot of shit. And it just is not, it's not good for the trans community to say you're something, but there's no medical evidence to back that up. You know what I mean? Like, there actually is starting to be medical evidence to back up the existence of non-binary and non-binary brains, but, like, just, like, evaluate what you're saying before you say it or identify as it, because it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, there's such thing as fluctuating dysphoria, where, like, some days you could feel more feminine and some days more masculine or more comfortable with one thing one day, but that doesn't mean you're gender fluid. That could mean you're FTM, but it's just dysphoria hits harder one day than another. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that made sense.
No such thing as transgender. Everyone is valid. That's what I just said. So, shit.
No, there is 100. That makes me so fucking mad. Like, oh my god. I know I get mad in these videos. I know I sound, like, mean right now, and I'm trying to hold back because a lot of people don't like the way I acted in my first video. But shut the fuck up! Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fuck. Like, that's just so wrong. Like, there is literally so many transgenders out there. Like, it's so true.
Profile picture. No, not me. I don't even watch anime, so I'm safe. All cis-passing trans people are transphobic. This is just stupid.
See, thank you. See, a lot of what she's saying is true.
If you want to present a certain way, if you want to pass, that's totally cool. That's totally your decision, and if that's what makes you happy and that's what makes you feel good, then by all means. I think we also all need to understand that that's not what other people want. Some people don't want to be cis-passing.
Okay, now this is where I don't get it. Like, okay, this is me being a little bit petty, but, like, if you're transgender, why would you not want to pass as the gender that you identify as? Why would you not want to pass as, like, if you're identifying as a male, why wouldn't you want to pass as a cis male in most places? I understand you to go to Pride, you want people to know you're trans, you go to this, you want people to know you're trans because you're around those type of people, but, like, why, unless it was for an attention type of reason, why would you want people to know you're trans when you never know who around you is transphobic? You never know if you're gonna go into a pizza place and you're, like, got a shirt on this is like, I don't want to be cis, like, I'm trans, and someone's like, yeah, I'm not serving you, like, in certain states. Like, why would you purposely put yourself in that situation? Like, that just sounds really dumb to me, and, like, I don't understand not wanting to pass. That's just dumb to me.
and some people do. And either way is totally fine and valid, and neither is transphobic. Happily post daily binder selfies plus filter plus you don't need dysphoria to be trans, lovelies. I have posted a picture in a binder before. Does this mean I'm a transgender?
No, there's zoomed in interface. No, I don't think so. But you do need dysphoria to be trans.
Fuck. Did you just assume my gender? No one actually says this. The only people I've ever heard say this is like somebody to try to be mean and make fun of somebody
That
else.
is true.
You don't need dysphoria to be trans. I haven't come to my conclusion on...
How have you not come to a conclusion? Like, you would really think that this is like the one thing that everybody should be able to agree on, is that like trans, gender, transition, trans, from one to the other. Like, you have to be uncomfortable one way to want to be the other way, or else you're strictly doing it because you want to, not because you need to. And why would anyone want to be transgender? If you don't need to transition, why would you do it? It's not fun. It's not easy. It's fucking expensive. This is what I don't understand. If you don't need to be transitioning, then don't. Like...
how I feel about this yet, because I'm generally a little confused on this whole idea. I personally experienced dysphoria, so it's hard for me to understand somebody's perspective that doesn't experience dysphoria, but like, who am I to tell somebody else that their experience is invalid?
You're getting there slowly. The fact that if somebody doesn't have dysphoria, whether you believe Lainey has dysphoria or not, you watching, if somebody tells you they don't have dysphoria, but they still say they're trans, just say to them, then why are you transitioning? And then they're gonna say, well, because I feel more comfortable as a guy. And be like, but like, if you were feeling more comfortable as a guy, that already means that you were feeling slightly uncomfortable as a girl, which means that you had dysphoria. So if someone straight up has no dysphoria, they are transitioning for attention. Social dysphoria, body dysphoria. First of all, okay, if you're transitioning and you don't have body dysphoria, I'm gonna be a little bit questionable of you, but I'll probably just keep my fucking mouth shut. But all I'm saying is that, like, stop spreading the fact that you don't have to have dysphoria to be trans. That's what needs to stop being spread, because a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between social and body dysphoria. Like, dysphoria, you know, it exists as a thing. There are subcategories. Do I think it's a little weird people transition if they don't hate their body? Yeah, I think that's fucking weird. But you know what? Fuck it. Like, whatever. If you're feeling uncomfortable as a girl, transition, by all means. But what I'm saying, though, is that if you're not uncomfortable as a girl and you want to become a guy, why? There's literally no reason for you to do that unless you want attention.
You know what I mean? Matt screaming. I have no idea what that means. Down with the cis. Down with the cis. Cis people are okay sometimes, I guess. I know a few good cis
Sometimes? Okay, look. Trans and cis people are one and the same. We're all humans on this earth. Literally, there's no reason for trans people to be rude to cis people. Educate them. That's all that needs to happen. Gender dysphoria is a mental illness, medical condition, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't give a shit. I think it's a mental disorder, not because I'm delusional, but because my brain doesn't match my body, so I had to transition because there's no pill out there to fix my fucking brain, unfortunately. But what I'm saying, though, is that, like, people with gender dysphoria, explain it to your friends just as if you were somebody with depression or anxiety. Explain the way you're feeling and the treatment for it, which is transition.
People. Star gender. We're gonna ignore that one. Otherkin deserves to be included in
No, like, star gender. That's not a thing.
the trans community. This I disagree with. Dog filter
Thank
in the
you.
profile picture. What's wrong with the dog filter? It's cute. It makes me look more better than this shit. Like, ugly dog filter, cute. It saves my soul. But no, it's not in my profile picture. Someone tag an admin/mod. Why does that make you a transgender? Gender identity is on a Tumblr post and nowhere else. I mean, I'm sure mine's on a Tumblr post, but I think it's other places too. I'm just non-binary.
Okay, you're just non-binary. Yeah, of course it's on a Tumblr post, but what this is trying to say is that, like, your gender, these crazy genders that they come up with, they're not in a medical journal. Like, it's not like someone's like, let's do a study on fucking autism gender and see if it's a real thing, because no doctor is gonna, like, think that's real, you know what I mean? No doctor is gonna be like, that's plausible, you know what I mean? Whereas with transgender, like, yeah, it's proven.
If you're cis, don't talk to me. I'm married to a cis person, so...
You know what? This is all I'm gonna say. This may be petty. All I'm gonna say, though, is that I think there's a little more wrong with the person that you're married to than him being cis. That's at the least of your worries.
Here we are. I know I'm wearing makeup and a dress, but do I look past for a genderless boy. Do I look past? Let people express themselves how they want. We let cis people
Okay,
wear-
yes, but this is my issue. This is my issue with that. If you say that, oh, I have so much dysphoria, this, that, and the other, but then you're wearing a dress and like, dressing like a girl, that means that you have to understand how strong dysphoria is. Dysphoria is one of those things that, like, it's just skin crawling. Like, I could not imagine putting on a dress. Now, even, compared pre-T me, like, fuck, never in my life did I ever even do that. So this is what I don't understand is, like, why would you put yourself in that situation? Like, why would you put yourself in a situation to be dysphoric? To me, that doesn't make sense. Like, if you have dysphoria, you would not put yourself in that situation.
Wear dresses? Who the fuck cares? Uwu. The only people I ever see use uwu are people making fun
No, I've seen people do it for real. I have seen people do it for real.
of transgenders. Small boy. Yeah. Maybe not with the 0 in place of the O. I'll take it. Alternative passing trans men that wear makeup are transphobic for appropriating trans women. I have never heard somebody say that.
Yeah, me either. I haven't heard that one either.
Entire fucking life. Internalized transphobia. Like, transgenders think that's a thing? It can be a thing. Alright.
No, a lot of people say that I have internalized transphobia. Bitch, I don't have internalized transphobia. I have internalized self-hatred of being transgender because I don't like it. I wish I was cisgender. My life would be a whole lot easier if I had a penis, but it's not. You know what I mean? So obviously I'm not going to enjoy being trans. Like, that just sounds so dumb. I'm not transphobic. I have tons of trans friends. I don't have any problem with anybody who's actually trans. I don't like being trans. That's the most internalized transphobic I am. Okay.
Alright, let's add them up here. Let's see if we got a bingo. Alright, check. I got 3 out of however many this is, and definitely not in bingo fashion. So, congrats, I'm not a transgender. It's almost as if people experience gender differently. It's weird. Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing, which is this article I saw on how to spot a transgender. Number 1, appearance. Having septum piercings or colored hair. So, if you...
I mean, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say that most transgenders don't have septum piercing or pierced hair. It's not wrong.
Want a piercing or you color your hair, you're a transgender, apparently. But
No.
cis people color their hair and get piercings, septum piercings. I've known many cis people with septum piercings and colored hair. It's my type. It's my kink. I don't have a septum piercing though, so we're in the clear. Having pronouns in their bio. I do have pronouns in my bio because I don't want...
Are your pronouns they, them? I feel bad if I said she this whole video. But, like, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm pretty sure Onision goes around calling you his wife. I'm just...
want to get fucking misgendered. I think it's useful to have pronouns in your bio because I know I personally don't want to misgender somebody on accident. Why?
Okay. If somebody goes by some weird ass pronoun, I don't give a fuck. But here's the thing. If you're getting called a wife and, like, you're, like, breastfeeding children and this is all I'm gonna say, okay? This is all I'm saying. Like, I have suspicion about certain things, okay? I'm not trying to be too rude or anything like that, but I'm just saying that I can't, bro. I cannot be mean. I'm trying so hard to just be nice.
Why is getting called your correct pronouns offensive and transgenderism? The word of the day. Names from popular movies. Who the fuck cares?
No, that's not even, like, first of all, names from popular movies. Transgenders always have, like, gender neutral names because if they had a male name, they would get dysphoric. Like, if there was a transgender named Calvin, she would be, like, extremely dysphoric being called that. That's why they always pick gender neutral names. I'm smart.
What they want. If they like a name, then they like a name. It's popular for a fucking reason because a lot of people like it. I mean, I haven't really named myself, but the name that I do like, and I don't know if I've talked about this, but the name that I do like is Eli. I don't know if I followed.
What? I didn't know that. Wait, Eli? Okay. So we're watching sorry, I didn't mean to say Lainey. We're watching a video from Eli here.
In this category. Is there a popular Eli out there? Hello? Eli, are you out there? Am I a trans trender? I have a Tumblr gender. What exactly is a Tumblr gender? Right. Okay. No. I agree with, like, saying you can't be, like, airplane gender or something. Like, that's just a little out there.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of...
Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. At least Eli said that.
These people think like Tumblr genders also mean like demi-girl, demi-boy, gender fluid, and those are completely like valid identities.
No, I wouldn't go as far to say that. Because this is my thing about the demis, okay, the demi-gender shit. Like, I don't really know about that one because, like, that just sounds like you're just a mask. It just sounds like you're FTM or MTF, but you're, like, still enjoy certain feminine or masculine things, so you think that, like, people don't understand that, like, gender expression is very different than gender. That's why I really, truly believe that there are, like, only two genders, or the absence of gender. Like, that's just kind of how that works. That's kind of what medically makes sense. I think that you guys should all probably go read some sort of, like, scientific journal or, like, talk to, like, a doctor about the way the brain works, because, like, yeah.
So, like, I'm on the fence here. You have to elaborate a little more. I just am non-binary, so some people have told me that's a Tumblr gender. Others have not. I don't really know.
It's more of, like, an umbrella term.
Confused. And wearing makeup. Wow. Okay. Well, you got me. Not like any cis guys wear makeup ever.
Okay, this is where I don't understand the argument, is because, like, I understand that, like, cis guys wear makeup. But the thing is, cis guys aren't dysphoric. Like, if you're extremely dysphoric, you would not go around wearing makeup. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dysphoric about your fucking facial structure, you're dysphoric about, you know, things that you wouldn't wear something that accentuates female features, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you purposely put yourself in a situation to be dysphoric?
Okay, I want to look nice. I like having my eyebrows fleeky. Like, what's the problem? I like not looking like I haven't slept in 6 years.
And that's fine. Like, foundation, you know, things like that. Like, doing your eyebrows in a masculine way, like, I'm sure, like, that's not really accentuating female features, but, like, the mascara and, like, the other makeup, like, the eyeliner, like, I'm just saying.
Makeup is just, like, really fun to play around with. Like,
and I get that, but it's more so, my issue is more so, like, going out in public, like, without thinking about it, and, like, how are you dysphoric if you're purposely putting yourself in a situation to feel dysphoria?
And express yourself with. Like, I really enjoy doing eyeshadow and doing fun looks with makeup just because I think it's fun. Like, not because I'm, like, trying to, like, be girly. And even if I was...
Okay. I can understand that.
Even if I was wearing it to look feminine, there's also nothing wrong with that. Like, people can express femininity or masculinity.
Yes, you can, but why would you express something that gives you dysphoria? Like, why would you, if you have dysphoria, why would you purposely put yourself in a situation to feel it? That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, woo, you're all valid. Sorry.
No.
I was trans-trending again. Yeah, I hope you guys know that.
Okay, honestly, it's pretty funny. Like, I don't have a problem with Lainey, but, like, stop, just like, you're spreading some stuff that's questionable. So that's my reaction to this video by Lainey. Again, please don't give Lainey hate. I'm not trying to start drama, especially not with fucking Onision. He already made a video about me. I mean, it's not like it got any views or anything, but I'm just sick and tired, and people asked me to react, and then I saw this, and I was like, I'm done. Like, some of the stuff that they spread is just so, like, factually incorrect. Like, it doesn't make sense medically, and if you want people to continue getting care and insurance coverage for our surgeries and hormones, and people who really, really need to transition, not just, like, want to or think it's, like, fun or something, if you want people to take us seriously, you need to stop spreading crazy fucking bullshit. Call yourself non-binary all you want, but all I'm saying is that when I see somebody who acts very feminine and literally, like, has not transitioned at all, even though they have the means to, even though they, you know, they could if they wanted to, I cannot view myself as the same as that, because when I literally risked a lot of shit to transition, but I still did it. Like, I know so many people, like, even for me, like, I was lucky because I kind of knew my family was going to be supportive, but other people were not. Like, I know people who literally got kicked out as kids because they needed to transition. Like, that is how bad, if you actually have dysphoria, it is. And so to me, I just can't view myself in the same category. I know, I'm not trying to put myself above anyone. Actually, I'm putting myself below. Like, I hate having dysphoria. It makes me fucking crazy, okay? Like, all I'm saying is that stop spreading you don't need dysphoria to be trans, and stop spreading that there's no such thing as a fucking transgender, because there is such thing as a transgender. Just go watch my Brennan video. That's fucking transgender. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, subscribe if you enjoyed. And if you don't, just fucking leave and stop calling me an asshole. It used to bother me, but it doesn't anymore because I agree with you. I'm an asshole and I'm sick of the trans community. So yeah, peace.